Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about something that I just recently experienced and I thought that I needed to bring it to you guys immediately. So, this is about missed opportunities because of moments of self-sabotage. And so, in this episode, in this video, I am going to go over how you can conquer those moments of self sabotage so that you don't miss out on juicy opportunities and also you possibly delaying your achieving of your goal, right? Because you are having moments of self sabotage. So, like I said, this was inspired by recent events. What I also want to do is show you guys that I am living by example. I am practicing what I preach. So, currently, one of my dream goals that is a more personal dream goal versus my business dream goal with YouTube and my business. My personal dream goal of mine, if you've been following me for a little while, you know that I've wanted to teach dance classes and also that I was going to start a dance business, but I failed in that dance business. So, right now, I am in the middle of pursuing achieving a dream goal of being a dance class instructor. And so, one of the things that I started doing recently is getting people to sign up for my dance classes, well, to sign up for the wait list as I continue to build my email list, right? And so, in order for me to successfully build my email list, some of the ways that I have been going about it is something completely new to me. It's something that is completely out my comfort zone. And that is me getting flyers. That is me approaching people and saying, hey, do you like to dance? Would you like to, take classes? So to get people signed up for it. It has been completely nerve wracking. However, I want to share these stories with you. These are the first two stories of when I actually did this. So, first story is that I was at a car shop and it was the girl who was ringing me up, helping me out with my car stuff. And and when it was time to leave, in my mind I was like, okay, maybe I should ask her if she wants to join a dance class. In my mind I'm thinking, no, she had a little bit of an attitude, or she doesn't really look like she would like to dance or look like a dancer. And so I was slowly talking myself out of it, out of asking her. And I said, you know what, maybe next time. But then I ended up asking her anyways. And I'm going to dig more into that in a few. Now, the second thing that happened was when I was at the gym, and it was these two girls who were there. They came in while I was working out and I was getting ready to leave. And I was thinking, like, should I ask them? Like, I had that intuition. And then again, I started talking myself out of it. I started thinking, oh, well, they look kind of young, or, they're in the middle of working out. They're busy. I shouldn't like interrupt them and stop them. Like, are they going to even want to be interested? And so all of these things was in my mind, but then I did it anyways. I still approached them. I still asked them. And guess what? They said yes. Just like the girl in the car shop. She also said yes and also signed up. And so my mind was blown because I realized that if I would have walked away because I was talking myself out of those moments, then I would have missed opportunities to have these people sign up for my classes. And I could have continued saying next time. And it made me realize how it is so easy. It is so easy for us, right? It's so easy for us to get in our head and talk ourselves out of asking for something, out of doing something that we know is going to help us, that we know that is going to excel us, that can help propel us in our, achieving our dream goal. We know what we should do, but we talk ourselves out of it so easily, right? So these are little moments of self sabotage. These are just taking examples from these two stories with these two situations with two different groups of people. I'm going to show you what exactly we do that makes us self sabotage ourselves. So, number one is that we assume. We assume. Now, I had an old mentor of mine, and I remember him specifically saying, assumption is the mother of all F's, right? All Fuck. And so I remember him saying that, but I didn't understand it until now. When you make assumptions, when you just assume something without actually getting the answer, you are effing yourself over, right? You are missing out on special moments. You are missing out on opportunities because you just made an assumption. I assume that that first girl wouldn't be interested in taking dance classes. I assumed that, because the two girls who were working out, that, they were too busy to talk to me. I assumed that. I assumed that they were too young. And instead, in fact, when I asked them, they said, oh, I'm 25, I'm 19. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I could have easily walked out because I thought maybe they were 16, 15. And that's a missed opportunity for me. The second thing that we do is we make excuses. We make excuses so much, such as next time, right? Right now is not the right time. Right now is not perfect. It's not the perfect moment. We have all these excuses that come up when there's a moment, when there's an opportunity that we need to grab, right? So me saying, oh, next time, next time when I come back to the shop, or even thinking next time when I go to the gym, who knew next time if I would have seen these girls, right? Next time, there won't be no next time. Cue whatever song that was in. But I apologize, even though I know it's lies. I don't even know what song that is. But, anyways, I'm back on track. So, there will always be a next time to speak to that one person, right? There won't always be a next time to act or to do something in that very moment. And so we make those excuses of it's not the perfect time. I don't have everything together. So we miss those opportunities. I actually didn't have my flyers ready. I just had a picture on my phone and I was thinking like, oh, I don't have the flyers. No, girl, just walk up to them and just scan the QR code and listen. If they sign up, they do. If they don't, they don't, right? And so there are so many missed opportunities because of making assumptions and also just having these simple excuses. And of course, like that bottom line really comes to, that fear, right? The fear of being rejected, the fear of, being judged. Did those things come inside of me? Yes, my heart, literally, my heart was racing. My hands were sweaty when I was asking him, but I talked myself back into it. And I'm going to go over how I was able to talk myself back into it. How did I talk myself back into asking these women, hey, would you like to dance? Would you like to sign up for my dance class wait list? How did I talk myself back into the moment and conquer that moment of self-sabotage? One of the ways, I went over this in a previous video, of becoming a woman who wonders, because she is unstoppable. And guys, I mean it, I practice what I preach and I just want to prove it to you. So in that moment, in those moments, right? What I was thinking, and there's more stories that I can share, but I just want to stick with these two. In those moments, it was like, one, what's the worst that can happen? They say no, right? Maybe my ego may be a little crushed, maybe I get a little embarrassed or whatever. My hands were sweating, right? But I didn't die, right? So what's the worst that can happen is that they say no and they don't sign up. Okay, on to the next. Number two was the what if, right? This is still part of a woman who wonders. So the what if, well, instead of me thinking like, oh my gosh, what if they don't sign up? I was thinking, what if they actually are excited when I introduce, when I come over to them and I show them? What if they're excited? And that's exactly what happened. The third one of wondering is the why not me. This is exactly what I thought in those moments, right? I thought, what's the worst that can happen? Literally, what if they say yes? What if they get excited? And why not me, right? I know that I'm not a professional dancer. I know I'm not an expert, but why not me still? Like, I can still I still know something. I trained for 2 years. So why not me bring this to this small town that I live in now that don't even have these classes? Why not me be the one to bring these classes and teach it? Why not me live out that little girl dream goal that I've had for so many years? Why not me? And that helped me conquer those moments of about to self sabotage, because I almost did. I almost walked away. And so the second thing that helped me, again, this comes from my latest video, the last one. If you ladies want to go back and watch it, I recommend it. And this video was how to achieve anything that you want to achieve, or become a woman who achieves anything she wants, right? I use the same principles that I used when I achieved some of my dream goals in the past. So in that moment of thinking, oh, my heart racing, I promised myself that I'm all in. And to me, all in is me deciding to bet on myself, deciding that I'm not walking away, deciding that, I'm all in pretty much, that I'm going to conquer this fear, that I am going to lead by example. All in. To me, that's what all in represented for me in that moment. So in that moment, I say, you know what? I'm going to do it anyways. I'm scared, but I'm going to do it anyways, because I made a promise to myself that this is the goal. This is a dream goal that I want to achieve. And I need to make that little girl proud. I need to live this out, because I don't want to live in regret whatsoever. The other two is I expected to win. I'm expecting to win in pursuing this dream goal, then I need to move accordingly. Because remember, I mentioned in the last video that if you expect to lose, you are going to move accordingly. And that's how I failed when attempting to start my dance business. I failed because I didn't expect to win before, right? I didn't expect to win. So this time, this is not a business. This is just something that I really, really want to do. I'm expecting to win. So I have to move accordingly. And the other one was in those moments, of course, thinking to myself, that self-image, right? I can do this. I am a person, again, that why not me? Why not me? I'm a person who can do this. I can ask her, and proving that self image of I can overcome if someone says no, right? Because I'm an overcomer. And so those are the two things that help me overcome those moments of self sabotage, because it was truly self sabotage. It was so scary. That's why I say, dream goals. That's why I'm not a goal achievement coach. I'm a dream goal achievement coach, because to me, dream goals is going to be something that scares you. It's going to be something that, pulls another version of yourself out of you. You're going to have to shift identities. You're going to have to be courageous. You're going to have to do different things. You're going to have to become another person, right? You're going to have to think more highly of yourself if you want to achieve dream goals. If it doesn't scare you, then you are not dreaming big enough. And so now that I went over that, I'm going to go over how to recognize those moments that you are self-sabotaging. Because once you become aware of something, then you'll be able to change it, right? Then you'll be able to conquer it when it's happening and do differently if you decide to, right? So how I'm able to notice those moments of self-sabotage, hear me out, is that you receive an inkling. a guide, an intuition that is telling you to do something, to ask this person something, to compliment this person, to, take a specific action, right? You receive an inkling in that moment. And when you receive that inkling, that means it's supposed to happen. That means that you should do it, right? Because if you didn't receive that inkling, then it's just not the time. Then you probably shouldn't do it. However, in that moment, you start talking yourself out of it. You start thinking of all the reasons of why you shouldn't ask somebody something, or you shouldn't compliment, or you shouldn't do a certain activity, whatever it is as it pertains to your dream goal, right? You talk yourself out of it. You're thinking all the excuses in the world, like, oh, it's not the perfect time. I'm not ready. Look how I look. Or, oh, they don't look like they'll be interested, right? Making those assumptions. This is what's happening. Your brain is trying to keep you safe, ladies. Your brain is trying to keep you safe. Your brain is like, oh, no, 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 no. You're about to get attacked. It is trying to protect you. And so when you get an inkling, but then immediately you start thinking of all the reasons of why you shouldn't do this, that is how you recognize you are self-sabotaging. And I want you to realize that your brain is literally just trying to keep you safe. None of those things are true. None of those things are accurate. Whatever your brain is feeding back to you, right? Is telling you danger, 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 danger. It's because you're stepping out of your comfort zone. It's something that is scary to you. Of course, your mind is going to be thinking danger, right? Because it's something scary, it's something uncomfortable. But recognize that moment, especially if you get that intuition. This is an opportunity that is presenting itself to you, that is for you because you got it. You got that guidance. So it's for you. So just do it. And always, your intuition will always be your best guide. It will always be your best guide. This is why I talk a lot about moving from your body. So what I mean about your body is moving from that excitement, moving from that intuition, that desire, that feeling that you get when you're like, oh my gosh, I want to ask. Oh my gosh, I want to compliment. Those feelings that you get inside, especially to take action, like, oh my gosh, like I really want to start this business, or I want to pursue this dream goal. Whatever it is, you feel it is working something in you. You can't stop thinking about it. You want to do it. Is getting you hot, is getting you heavy, is getting you all of these feelings, right? But then the logic comes in. The logic is good, right? It's good for planning, it's good for structure, it's good for creating, it's good for all of those things. However, a lot of times when you decide to move with the logic, you tend to stay in overthinking. You tend to procrastinate because you're thinking too much. You're exiting movement from your body, your intuition, your guide that is going to lead you down a path of your greatest, creativity, or your greatest invention, or whatever it is that you want to do, right? But when you're stuck in your mind, it is going to slow you down. It's not a bad thing, but in certain moments, it's best to move with your body. And so, moments like this, moments of those opportunities that are for you, it is best to move with your body, because the logic, that brain is going to danger, 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 is going to try to scare you and slow you down. And so, a lesson that I want you to get from this, especially with becoming aware of the moments that you are self-sabotaging, right? That is very important. Just practice becoming aware of it, because when you can become aware, you can conquer, you can do differently the next time. And two things, it is not to say that you won't ever sabotage a moment. You won't ever sabotage an opportunity, because sometimes you are going to fall short. Sometimes that fear is going to overweigh the courage. And that happens. Courage comes in waves. It comes in waves. Sometimes you're going to create that courage to do, what your intuition is telling you to do. And sometimes it just may feel even more scary in that moment, and you may shut down and get a little too nervous and pass on that opportunity, right? And so don't beat yourself up about it. However, it is building something in you. It is building confidence in you. It is building more courage in you. So the more that you practice, the more you're going to get better at, talking yourself back into grabbing onto those opportunities that are for you. All right. So it's not saying you're going to lose all the confidence you have, or, you're losing courage. Confidence and courage comes in waves. It comes in waves. Sometimes you're going to muster out that courage, and sometimes it's going to be like, oh, okay, I'm next time. It happens. But you don't want that to be your default, right? You don't want next time to be your default, because you won't ever achieve it. You won't ever grab onto opportunities if you always say next time, or make an excuse, or just don't do it because you're too scared, right? Build on that courage, and you will begin grabbing onto those opportunities that is going to propel you and help you achieve your dream goals even faster than you think can possibly happen, because you are moving with courage, right? You are overcoming all of that self-doubt that is in your head. That is in your head. And so the second thing that I want you to get from this is that you may act on the intuition. That intuition of, yes, you should ask. Yes, you should compliment. Yes, you should do this. Yes, you should stand up. Yes, you should show up. Whatever it is, you may act on it, and you may not get the result that you want to get. It happens. I actually had someone say, no, that's not for me, right? And guess what? It is okay. But what I don't, again, what you to think is that, oh, my intuition was wrong. No, your intuition is just getting you prepared. Your intuition is just building up that courage muscle, that confidence muscle, because the more you can do something, the more you're going to be okay with it, the more you're going to be confident in it. And the less fearful you will feel about this specific thing, because you've done it so much. So even though I get so nervous when I'm asking somebody, hey, do you like to dance? I'm going to be teaching dance classes, right? I get so nervous, so nervous. I know that eventually there's going to be a day where, like, I'm just like, hey girl, right? Do you like to dance? Like, it's going to flow so easily. I'm not going to be nervous whatsoever. One day that is going to happen, because you have to continuously conquer a fear for it to no longer be something you fear, right? That's just how things happen. So ladies, this message is for you, my dream goal achievers, goal achievers. Ladies, if you are pursuing, or if you desire to achieve a dream goal, stop talking yourself out of these missed opportunities. Just getting to the practice of it, because it's going to bring you one step closer to having your dream goal in your hand. If you can just conquer those moments of self-sabotage, it happens to everybody, right? That imposter syndrome, like, I don't feel good enough, like, who am I to ask, I'm not the right person, right? I want you to remind yourself of the things that I went over. Instead of asking, what if this happens in a bad way, ask, what if it happens in a good way? What if they're excited? What if it works out, right? Being that woman of wonder, what's the worst that can happen, and why not me, right? Conquer those moments with thinking that way, right? Think more highly. Just go all in, decide, and expect to win, so that you can move accordingly. This is going to help you to truly conquer those moments of self-sabotage, because you want that dream goal in your hand. I know you do. I know the feeling of what it feels like to achieve a dream goal, not because of the outcome of the dream goal, right? That's exciting. Not because you built this business or you achieved this huge dream goal, but it's more so what it does for you, right? It allows you to see yourself in a completely different light. And why it happens is because, again, it transforms you into a new person. You have to shed old identities. You have to conquer limiting beliefs. You have to talk yourself into confidence. You have to push through. You have to be courageous. You have to overcome fear. You have to validate yourself. There's so many things that it does for you that from personal experience that it has done for me, right? It's to the point where you achieve this dream goal that you know that, oh, like this affects every area of my life, right? Now I can't ask for more money at a job, or I am valuable. I have something to offer. I do know that I don't have to settle for less in a relationship, right? It flows into every area of your life because it brings something out of you. And so that's why I'm so passionate about this, because it just did so much for me internally. And so if you've been talking yourself out of starting a dream goal, then I want to invite you to my webinar From Stuck to Unstoppable, where it's going to give you the framework, my blueprint that I use to just finally take action on a goal, on a dream goal, to finally take action on a dream goal. And so it is free. If you want to join, then all you have to do is click the link in the description box and it will take you to where you can sign up for the next webinar class. All right, ladies. And so that is it for today's episode. And until next time, bye.